Hello, this is Michael Gordon, and I'm your life coach, and I can help you get back to your ex. This has been a question that you've been wondering for quite some time. You're wondering, how do you get back? How does that person come back? And it's a tough one because oftentimes your friends probably are not giving you good advice, and you're frustrated. And you're wondering, how can I get that person back? It doesn't seem as though it's even possible. It seems as though this is not possible. It actually is. Now, there are two different ways I think that people try to get back to their ex, and both of them are wrong. The first one is where you come back to the person from a point of desperation. You just are saying, hey, I'm lonely and there's nobody else around, and so I would love it if you would decide, hey, can you return? No, that is a bad idea, and I'll tell you why. It's because you're coming to them from a point of really extreme desperation, and that just is a bad thing. You have to remember, this is almost like a sales pitch. You have to have some way of benefiting them. If you're just are pointing out how desperate and sad you are, it looks like charity. And so whatever we think of that, it's definitely not an equal relationship where you both are coming together from the same perspective. So don't come from the perspective of, hey, look at how sad I am, I'm lonely. Nope, you are likely to not return if you send messages like that. Number two is coming from the opposite point of view. It's also a tempting approach. With this view, you're likely to be someone's angry, and you're saying a lot of negative messages, and you're talking about how terrible the person is and all the bad things that happened from the past. Oh, I gotta say, that doesn't work either, because it just really rubs people usually the wrong way. And it really like poisons the well. It just makes it it makes it seem as though you're just trying to really rehash the past, and it really doesn't work. It really creates a lot of negativity. Think about if you receive a lot of negative messages and the person is just acting as though they're angry, you don't want to respond in their favor. In fact, you want to be even more focus on staying away from that person. That's what they're going to start thinking. So how do you get back to your ex? This is why you came to me, and you want to know the answer. Okay, here it is. You have to send a message that's a little bit more neutral, almost as though it's about how you want to, let's say you're remodeling your kitchen, and you know this person actually has some insight in terms of this, so you can send a text message such as, hey, I know that you know a thing or two about kitchen remodeling. I was just wondering if I could get your input. Maybe we could just talk it out for maybe 20 minutes. It's a very, very good idea. In fact, I actually saw this on the internet, I think. And it's actually a good idea because what it means is you're trying to return but not sound desperate. Number one, you're not desperate. You don't sound angry, and you value the person. You're showing that you actually you're treating them as a human being, that they actually are an intelligent person who can give you some insight. This doesn't have to be kitchen remodeling. It could be that maybe he knows how to help you with your car, or maybe he knows how to cook, or whatever it is. If the person has some insight and you're asking them to help you with their insight, it shows you value them, and it definitely rubs people the right way. So treating someone as a human being like that, it really actually works very, very well. I know it seems weird, treat a person like a human being. Hey, who would think that would work? The other thing to think about it is you're literally thinking about this from almost literally a sales perspective. It's very important to realize you have to put them in a good mood. So it's very important to send positive messages. You can't just, as we saw in the past examples, can't use negativity, and you can't be desperate, because imagine if you had a computer ad and it was, Can you buy our computers? I mean, our employees need to work. I mean, if you don't buy our computers, they're just out of a job. And you would think, yeah, so, I mean, what is it in for me? I mean, do you have a better computer? So you have to think about dating the same way. When the person is receiving your messages, how are you benefiting them? That's really the way I want you to think about this. It's a very different perspective because you are oftentimes just not thinking that way, and I'm helping to improve your life by molding your thoughts. And I do hope to elaborate on this even further in a future video. But for now, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and also like this video. And I look forward to hearing your feedback. I know you probably have some ideas about what I've talked about in this video, so please give feedback. And thank you very much for watching, and talk to you soon.